Once upon a time, in a vast, primeval forest, there lived a diverse group of dinosaurs. These dinosaurs lived together, helping one another and facing the many challenges that nature presented. Among them was a particularly adorable little dinosaur named Didi. Didi was a small sauropod dinosaur with big, round eyes, soft green skin, and a long tail. Though small in size, he was full of energy and curiosity. Didi lived in a sheltered valley, surrounded by towering mountains. The valley was lush and full of life, with dense trees, flowing rivers, and plenty of food to sustain the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs in the valley each had their own way of life and food sources. Didi's family was herbivorous, feeding on leaves and grass, so they usually lived near areas with dense trees and close to rivers to ensure a steady supply of water. However, what set Didi apart from the other dinosaurs was his intense desire to explore the world beyond the valley. Didi's mother had often told him that the world outside the valley was full of dangers, as it was inhabited by more powerful and ferocious carnivorous dinosaurs, as well as other unknown threats. She repeatedly warned Didi not to leave the safety of the valley. Yet, Didi's curiosity about the outside world only grew stronger, and he constantly imagined what wonders and adventures might await him beyond the valley. Every day, Didi wandered around the valley, playing with the other young dinosaurs and learning how to find food and avoid predators. Despite this, the curiosity within him grew stronger and stronger. One day, he finally made up his mind to venture out and see the world that his mother had warned him was dangerous. Didi chose a sunny morning for his adventure. The weather was perfect, making it an ideal day for exploring. He said goodbye to his family, who were busy having breakfast, and quietly made his way through the forest toward the valley's exit. When he arrived at the exit, he saw a winding mountain path leading to the unknown. Didi's heart raced with excitement and nervousness, but after taking a deep breath, he bravely stepped onto the path. Along the way, Didi saw many things he had never encountered in the valley. He passed by a huge field of vibrant flowers, their colors bright and their scent intoxicating. He also saw towering trees, much larger than the ones in the valley, with strange vines creeping up their trunks. Didi was fascinated by these new sights and continued to trot along the path with eager anticipation. However, as he ventured further, the environment began to change. The lush forest gave way to an open, barren wasteland. The ground was cracked, and there was little vegetation, giving the place a desolate feel. Didi started to feel uneasy, as this environment was completely different from the safe and familiar valley he knew. But since he had already come so far, he decided he couldn't give up easily and resolved to keep going to see what lay beyond this wasteland. Didi walked for a long time in the wasteland. The sun climbed higher in the sky, and the temperature grew scorching. Didi began to feel tired and thirsty, and the silence around him made him uneasy. He searched for water, but there was nothing in sight, not even a small puddle. Just as he was beginning to despair, he suddenly heard a sound that resembled running water. Excited, Didi hurried in the direction of the sound and soon came upon a clear, flowing river. A few short trees provided shade along the riverbank. Overjoyed, Didi ran to the river and drank deeply of the cool, refreshing water. After quenching his thirst, he lay down in the shade to rest and enjoy the moment of peace. However, just as Didi was about to get up and continue his exploration, a low growl shattered the tranquility. Didi looked up in fear to see a large carnivorous dinosaur approaching him. The dinosaur had dark red skin, razor-sharp teeth, and a menacing look in its eyes. Didi was paralyzed with fear, knowing that he stood no chance against such a powerful predator. In his panic, Didi suddenly remembered the techniques his mother had taught him to stay calm and find cover. Quickly, Didi jumped into a nearby bush, trying to make as little noise as possible. The large dinosaur approached the river, sniffing the air as if searching for the scent of prey. Fortunately, Didi was well hidden, and after a few moments, the dinosaur lost interest. It drank some water and then turned away. Didi waited in the bushes for a long time, only emerging after he was sure the dinosaur was gone. This close encounter made him realize why his mother had been so worried about him leaving the safety of the valley. He suddenly began to miss the warmth and safety of his home and felt a strong longing to return. Though his curiosity about the outside world remained, this adventure had shown Didi the dangers and hardships that lay beyond the familiar. He decided that this adventure should come to an end. It was time to go home. He knew that while the world outside was vast and full of unknowns, home was where he truly belonged. So, Didi began retracing his steps, heading back along the path he had taken. He once again crossed the barren wasteland and re-entered the dense forest. As he neared the valley, seeing its familiar landscape brought him immense joy. He quickened his pace, eager to reunite with his family. When Didi finally returned to the valley, his family rushed to greet him. They had been worried for days, fearing that something terrible might have happened to him. Didi shared the story of his adventure with them, describing the wonders he had seen and the dangers he had faced. His family was amazed by his tale and proud of the lessons he had learned on his journey. From that day on, Didi no longer felt the need to rush off in search of distant adventures. Instead, he began to appreciate the beauty and safety of his home. He still retained his curiosity about the world, but he had learned that sometimes, being cautious and sensible was more important than seeking out thrills. He found a balance between his curiosity and his need for safety and grew to cherish the things he had around him. Didi's story spread throughout the valley, becoming an example for the younger dinosaurs. Whenever a young dinosaur asked about the outside world, Didi would tell them, "The world outside is indeed vast, but home is where we should treasure the most." No matter how far we travel, home will always be our safe haven. Didi's story teaches us that while exploration and adventure are part of growing up, we should always remember to cherish what we have, especially our family and home. They are the most valuable treasures we possess. Do you still like today's story? If you like, please remember to subscribe to this channel and click the like icon. You can receive notifications and hear the latest stories as soon as possible. Good night, my baby.